Imagine this. You're in the middle of a tense firefight in a video game. You see your opponent, but instead of your fingers slamming down on a mouse button, you just think, fire, and the shot cracks off instantly. That's not some far-off sci-fi fantasy. That's the world we're going to unpack today.
See, what if the future didn't just slowly creep up on us? What if it just dropped on us, all at once? That's exactly what happened on April 3rd, 2026. A series of massive breakthroughs didn't just nudge technology forward. Oh no, they launched it into a completely new reality. And today, we're going to break down that single pivotal day and figure out what it all means.
So here's our roadmap. First, we're going to talk about how your brain literally becomes the controller. Then we'll watch the App Store as we know it completely die off. After that, we'll look up at an internet beamed down from the stars, and then dive into an AI that can actually heal itself. And finally, we're going to have to face the music and talk about the real price of all this incredible progress. So let's get right into it.
Okay, first up, your brain is the controller. Our story begins on April 3rd with what you could call the personal revolution, a moment where the very line between what we think and what we do just got erased.
Get this. On this day, Neuralink and Razer dropped the Cortex Link. It's a device that lets gamers control games with their minds. And here's the kicker, the part that changes everything. No surgery. This is a non-invasive headband. You just put it on, and its super-sensitive EEG sensors read your brainwaves, translating your intent into action at, well, pretty much the speed of thought.
Now, what's so wild about this is the raw speed. I mean, look at these numbers. Your fastest possible reaction time as a human is around 150 milliseconds. That's how long it takes for a signal to go from your brain, down your spine, to your fingers. But the Cortex Link, it just cuts out the middleman. It bypasses all your body's physical wiring and reads the command straight from the source. And this, right here, just shows you the insane paradigm shift. It's not just that it's faster, it completely eliminates physical strain. Of course, this blew up the world of competitive gaming. You can guess what happened next, right? Esports leagues everywhere banned it almost immediately, calling it a form of official cheating, until they could figure out a whole new rulebook for this new reality. Section 2, the App Store is dead. So we've gone from changing how we physically interact with our tech to a revolution happening deep inside our devices. A change so big, it killed the App Store we all grew up with. On that very same day, April 3rd, Apple and Google pushed out iOS 20 and Android 16, and their single biggest feature? Well, it was the complete and total elimination of the traditional App Store. The key here is a massive shift to what people are calling a goal-oriented operating system. You don't hunt for an app anymore, you just state your goal. The AI on your phone then instantly creates a temporary, single-use application to get that one job done. And when you're finished, the app just vanishes. Poof, gone. And you gotta understand, this isn't just about convenience. This is a death blow to the entire ad-based app economy. If there are no permanent apps for ads to live in, then in-app advertising is just gone. Plus, since your phone's core AI handles everything, your personal data is way more secure, locked down at the deepest kernel level. All right, Section 3, Internet from the Stars. So we've gone from our personal devices, and now we're zooming way out to look at the global revolution, the very infrastructure that ties our whole world together. This was the number that basically broke the internet. On April 3rd, SpaceX's Starlink network officially smashed the 2 gigabit per second speed barrier for everyday home users. Oh, and with pings under 20 milliseconds from space. So how did they do it? The key was a fully active laser mesh network. Basically, thousands of Starlink satellites are now talking to each other with lasers, directly in the vacuum of space. Now, why does that matter? Simple physics. Light travels 47% faster in a vacuum than it does through glass fiber optic cables on the ocean floor. And that brings us to the most crucial point. For the very first time, space-based internet wasn't just a decent alternative. No, it became fundamentally faster for any real-time application than the internet we had on the ground. It basically erased the whole concept of geographic distance for everything from financial trading to, you guessed it, online gaming. Section 4, AI that heals itself. Okay, from global networks, we're now shifting to the intelligence revolution. This one is the most abstract and maybe the most powerful shift of the entire day. We started changing the very nature of intelligence itself. OpenAI dropped a bombshell.
They revealed a top-secret project called Ouroboros, named after that ancient symbol of a snake eating its own tail. You know, a symbol for self-renewal, for eternity. They did this shocking live demo. OpenAI engineers deliberately planted a critical security backdoor deep inside the AI's own code, and then they just watched. The AI detected the problem, found the bad code, wrote a patch, and recompiled itself, all without a single human touching a keyboard. And this chart just illustrates the absolutely terrifying leap in capability, a critical flaw that would take a team of the world's best human experts days to find and fix. The AI did it in 4 seconds, the time it takes you to snap your fingers. All right, final section, the price of progress. But you knew there had to be a but, right? Every revolution has a cost. We've seen all the amazing gains from April 3rd, but now we have to face the reckoning. With all this mind-bending progress, what did we lose? Because on that exact same day, the very foundations of our digital world started to crack. 2 final events from April 3rd showed us the steep price of moving so fast. They shattered our digital security, and they shattered our whole idea of digital ownership. So the first shoe to drop was something called the quantum red alert. You know how experts always said quantum computers would break our encryption someday? Well, on April 3rd, someday arrived. Hackers used a network of quantum computers to crack standard RSA encryption, years ahead of schedule. Suddenly, everything, our bank accounts, our crypto wallets, was wide open, kicking off a frantic global race to upgrade everything to quantum-resistant security. And the second loss, well, this one felt a lot more personal. Citing things like environmental pressure and logistics costs, both Sony and Microsoft announced they were ending all physical game discs by the end of 2026. This was it. This was the final move that cemented the shift from owning something to just licensing it. You don't own the games you buy anymore. You just rent them forever, and that access can be taken away at any time. So let's just recap for a second. We've got mind control interfaces, apps that disappear, internet from space, and an AI that can literally fix itself, all arriving on the same day. But we also have broken encryption and the death of digital ownership. The events of that single day prove that the line between us and our machines is blurring faster than anyone could have possibly imagined. And it leaves us with one final massive question. Are we even remotely ready for what's coming next?